Hello everyone. Today is it Tuesday? January 24th, 2023 at 7:06 a.m. So, I got really no real sleep last night. I was out in the cold. I was out in the cold all night long, tortured in cold weather. So, it was bad enough that I couldn't handle it, so I went by the nearby 24-hour restaurant at about 2:30 this morning. And I was trying to save the money, the $25. I was trying to save it for later on, but I had to be a customer and buy something and eat at like between 2:30 and 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I ended up, you know, and I figured, well, that's my breakfast, and I hope I can be held over with hunger. And so I was too cold last night, and then so I ate breakfast at 2:30 or 3 o'clock this morning, and after I ate, I was too cold and sleepy and tired, but couldn't sleep because of being so tortured with the cold. And then afterwards, after I ate, I was too sleep deprived and tired. Like the sleep deprivation feeling was kicking in with the heavy pressure on my heart. And then I started to have micro sleeps and trying to fight to stay awake because I knew they were going to say something. So, in that restaurant, it was almost as cold as outside, but a little bit more tolerable. But both of that place and outside was both unbearable. But if I would have had help with the hotel room last night, I'm pretty sure I could have slept good. So, it was between 4:30 and 5 o'clock. They had this lady that came in that's friends with the restaurant workers. And she was like doing a lot of beating and banging, and I guess with that conversation, with one of the workers, and that kept waking me up. But I was fighting sleep and trying to force myself to stay awake, but it went against my intent, that my body and my mind just shut down and I would fall asleep and have those micro sleeps beyond my control. And so the the guy that works there, he was nice and respectful and considerate enough to ask me, well, did you does this music bother you? Or I'm like, oh, I just put on my earbuds. So I let him, okay, you want to play your music or blast your music, fine. But I put my earbuds in, and good thing after I put my earbuds in, it wasn't loud enough that it bothered me while I had my earbuds in. So I figured I would leave both of us to be happy. But I'm glad it wasn't excessive enough that it was too loud where while I had my earbuds in. So, but yeah, it was bothersome when I didn't have the earbuds in. But a lot of times when I have the earbuds in, it can be way louder than that and be vibrating my organs with certain loud music. And I'm glad that they were perfect with my food. They were perfect with my food and didn't perk me at all with the food. But the female, at some point, when she was talking to the lady, she threw up the devil horns right when, in the middle of a conversation, and tried to make it like it was casual. But it was 5:27 in the morning. I did not realize I had blacked out again and dozed off against my knowledge, or I didn't even know I was dozing off and falling asleep. And so the guy got mad at me and made it like as if I was abusing the privilege. Because I asked him, if I can sit there until 6 o'clock, and they said, yeah. But before I can explain anything to him, the guest, the customer that's friends with them try to overtalk and try to explain stuff to me. I wasn't even talking to her. And I'm like, bitch, will you shut up? So I wasn't even talking to her, but she tried to overtalk and explain stuff to me. And before I can even say anything, I was trying to explain to him that, me being sleep deprived and, that I didn't intentionally or willfully fall asleep on purpose. He got mad and yelled at me, and she butted in before I can even explain anything. So, and then he walked off and ignored me when I tried to tell him that I did not mean to or intend to fall asleep. So like he walked off and ignored me like a narcissistic abuser when I tried to explain to him, because he made it like, oh well, I'm letting you sit in here until 6, and it's 5:27. You can't be sleeping in here, whatever. Oh, I'm not gonna have you sleeping in here, or something like that. He said, and so that startled me out of my sleep. And me feeling anxiety, fear, and anger all mixed in together. And that like woke me up where I was no longer sleepy or tired or dozy. And that has happened numerous times. And so then he tried to say, later on he said, oh, you're okay, you're fine. You're not a bother at all. If it's crowded or if you're acting rowdy, then, it's a big problem. But, you're no problem at all. You just, you go, whatever. Something like that he said. I don't remember word for word. But the female worker showed me this small little card of this supposed this religious homeless shelter for women that's in a city called Baker, Florida. I didn't even know Baker, Florida exists, but it's supposedly, they said an hour away almost. And I went on their website and I saw they looked like they had over 300 rules. And I'm like, no way in hell am I going there, even if they say it's free. But before I even clicked on a website, the moment I Googled it, something in me told me I bet you this is a cult, which would further prove that homeless shelters are cults. And I'm thinking about doing a blog post on that too, whenever I can get well rested. But I have no place where I can stretch out and sleep and be comfortable. So, um, and there was another lady that was a customer, and she had like a lot of gray hair, but she looked like she could have been younger than me. But she tried to get me to tell me I should work at her job, and I try to explain that well, basically what happened with the recent fake temporary job, that seasonal job that their workplace mobbed me off of. I feel like I need some time to cool off, and I'm feeling traumatized. And I said, I don't even, I mean, for me to get mobbed off of here and there, it's like, what's the point of even trying to get a job and work? So I said that I'm not even going to try to seek employment anymore. If I'm that doggone disabled, I needed to be this quiet in order for me to have a place to work because of my ears. So, so I mean, and I'm scared of the workplace mobbing again. And just because she said, "Oh, come work by my job," don't mean that the manager gonna hire me. And she made it like as if she's expecting me to come on Wednesday, tomorrow, at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, well, I've been feeling sleep deprived, so I can't make no promises. But it's I'm just gonna try to stick to my writings because I'm tired of being run off from everywhere and abused. So I mean, I need some time to cool off from the psychological, mental, and emotional trauma that recently happened earlier this month. Well, yeah, at the deep beginning of the year. Excuse me. I want to be free. And, I really want to be free to, I don't want to be bogged down to no schedule or this or that, or I got to wear a uniform, or I can't eat or use the bathroom when I want to, or I got to suffer with being cold, or I got to be forced to be around noise. I don't even want to deal with employment anymore. As badly as I wanted to be employed for years, and nobody wanted to give me a chance for decades, for a long time. So I got my final confirmation that Darius is a perp. But I'm not gonna say anything else. So my chin is itching. So um I'm hoping I can get help with the hotel room and food tonight. Like, now I think I have enough for one meal, one more meal, which I don't know if I can stretch my hunger by just taking some coconut oil and drinking a lot of water to try to stretch out my hunger. I don't know if that will work. You know, so I'm really tired and sleepy and sleep deprived, and I'm gonna see y'all later. Please, I need help with the hotel room, and then tonight is supposed to be cold, and then the next 2 or 3 nights afterwards, it's gonna be freezing, even colder than what it was last night and this morning. So I definitely need help.